Everyone thought the screen was clear, until he pointed to a faint blip no one else had seen. The Admiral's face told the rest of the story. For 3 years, the radar maintenance crew at Naval Air Station Pensacola had watched electronics technician, first-class Marcus Wrench Thompson calibrate equipment with obsessive precision, dismissing his meticulous attention to signal patterns as the behavior of someone who couldn't adapt radar technology to real-world conditions that required practical troubleshooting rather than theoretical perfectionism. They saw his methodical approach to equipment diagnostics and assumed he lacked the quick decision-making necessary for high-pressure tactical situations, witnessed his quiet intensity during routine maintenance, and mistook focused concentration for someone who preferred working with machines because human interactions and leadership responsibilities exceeded his comfort zone and social capabilities. What they couldn't see beneath his standard-issue technician uniform were eyes that had tracked incoming ballistic missiles over the Persian Gulf, hands that had operated advanced radar systems during classified reconnaissance missions that intercepted enemy communications and identified hostile aircraft before they could threaten American naval operations, and reflexes that had earned him the Navy Cross for detecting submarine periscopes that saved an entire carrier battle group from torpedo attack. Thompson had spent 12 years as an electronic warfare specialist aboard the USS Ronald Reagan, conducting signal intelligence operations in hostile waters where his radar expertise and pattern recognition skills had identified threats that would have destroyed American warships and killed thousands of sailors who depended on his ability to see what others missed in the electronic noise of modern warfare. Welcome to Silent Salute, where we reveal that America's most skilled defenders often work in quiet technical positions, their life-saving expertise hidden beneath routine maintenance duties, while their combat-tested abilities remain dormant until national security crises demand the precision that only battle-hardened veterans can provide. Before we share this incredible story of a radar specialist whose pattern recognition saved America from catastrophe, tell us in the comments about a time when someone's attention to detail protected you from danger you never saw coming. And if you believe that real expertise is earned through years of life and death responsibility, hit that subscribe button to support our mission of honoring those whose technical mastery stands between America and the threats that hide in plain sight. Naval Air Station Pensacola operated as one of the Navy's primary training facilities, where young pilots learned to fly military aircraft while radar technicians maintained the electronic systems that protected American airspace from foreign threats, domestic terrorism, and aviation emergencies that required precise tracking and immediate response capabilities. Radar Maintenance Supervisor Chief Petty Officer Diana, by the book, Martinez managed technical operations with military efficiency that ensured equipment functioned according to specifications. But she viewed Thompson's perfectionist approach to calibration as excessive attention to details that had no practical impact on operational readiness or radar performance. Thompson, you've been fine-tuning radar sensitivity for 6 hours on equipment that was already functioning within acceptable parameters. We need technicians who can complete maintenance quickly and move to the next assignment, not perfectionists who spend entire shifts adjusting systems that don't require microscopic calibration. Thompson continued his detailed calibration work with the precision of someone who understood that radar accuracy could mean the difference between detecting threats and missing hostile aircraft until they completed their attack missions, knowing that electronic warfare required sensitivity adjustments that exceeded standard maintenance procedures and technical manuals. Chief Martinez, radar detection depends on signal-to-noise ratio optimization and frequency discrimination that requires precise calibration. These adjustments enhance our ability to detect low-signature aircraft and distinguish legitimate threats from electronic interference and atmospheric conditions. Radar Operator Petty Officer Second Class Kevin Quick Fix Johnson, recently assigned to radar maintenance based on his electronic repair experience and eagerness to advance within naval aviation technical ratings, couldn't understand why Thompson insisted on calibration procedures that exceeded Navy technical manuals and required hours of adjustment for equipment that appeared to function adequately. Thompson, I don't understand why you make radar maintenance so complicated with all these sensitivity adjustments and frequency modifications. The equipment works fine according to specifications, and we don't need someone treating routine calibration like we're preparing for World War III. Thompson's response reflected the deep understanding of someone who had learned that radar effectiveness depended on detecting threats that existed at the margins of electronic detection, recognizing that enemy aircraft and hostile forces specifically designed their operations to exploit standard detection parameters and conventional radar capabilities. Johnson, threat detection requires maximum system sensitivity and pattern recognition capabilities. Whether you're protecting carrier battle groups in the Persian Gulf or naval air stations in America, your responsibility is identifying hostile forces before they can achieve tactical surprise and complete their attack missions. The criticism began when other technicians, influenced by supervisors who questioned Thompson's apparent inability to work efficiently within standard maintenance timeframes, decided that direct pressure might force him to acknowledge that peacetime radar operations required different priorities than combat detection and threat identification. Electronics technician second-class Robert Efficiency Davis organized work schedules designed to test Thompson's ability to complete maintenance tasks within normal timeframes, hoping to either expose his supposed inefficiency or force him to admit that his perfectionist approach was inappropriate for routine technical work and peacetime operations. Thompson, if your Navy experience gave you real technical skills, you should be able to maintain radar equipment without spending entire shifts on calibration procedures that exceed technical requirements. We're going to see if you can actually work efficiently or if you're just another veteran who can't adapt to peacetime maintenance standards. Thompson recognized the workplace pressure as unprofessional behavior, but maintained his technical standards while adapting his performance to meet administrative requirements, understanding that operational effectiveness required achieving maximum radar capability rather than merely satisfying minimum maintenance standards and bureaucratic expectations. The psychological harassment escalated when base personnel began questioning Thompson's military background and speculating about service issues that would explain his apparent obsession with technical perfection and his inability to accept that peacetime radar maintenance required less precision than combat operations. Administrative Specialist Petty Officer First Class Lisa Paperwork Rodriguez, whose own technical limitations had prevented advancement within naval aviation ratings, joined the speculation about Thompson's motivations for accepting assignment to routine maintenance when his background suggested qualifications for advanced technical positions and specialized electronic warfare duties. I heard Thompson couldn't handle the stress of combat electronics and requested transfer to shore duty where he wouldn't have to deal with real threats or tactical situations. Nobody with genuine electronic warfare experience chooses radar maintenance when they could be working on advanced systems that actually matter for national defense. The rumors spread throughout the Naval Air Station, with personnel increasingly treating Thompson as a technician who had somehow failed to meet Navy standards and was serving out his career in a position that required technical competence, but no tactical expertise, leadership responsibility, or contribution to operational missions and combat readiness. Maintenance Chief Martinez, whose campaign to normalize Thompson's work pace had been escalating for months, decided that more direct intervention was necessary to force him into adopting maintenance procedures that matched peacetime operational tempo and standard technical requirements that characterized shore-based radar facilities. Thompson, I'm tired of your perfectionist attitude making other technicians feel inadequate about their work quality. This is peacetime radar maintenance, not combat electronics. And if you can't adjust your standards to normal operations, maybe you should consider civilian employment where your obsessive attention to detail won't disrupt team efficiency. Thompson understood the implications of Martinez's criticism, but chose not to discuss his actual combat experience and electronic warfare specialization, knowing that revealing his classified missions and threat detection record might compromise operational security and create complications that could affect his ability to continue maintaining critical radar systems. The crisis that would reveal Thompson's extraordinary capabilities began at 1:34 p.m. on a Friday afternoon, when an unidentified aircraft began approaching American airspace along a flight path that avoided standard radar detection while potentially carrying weapons of mass destruction toward major population centers and critical infrastructure targets. The faint radar signature appeared on Thompson's calibrated display as an almost imperceptible blip that standard radar systems would have dismissed as atmospheric interference. immediately triggering pattern recognition skills and threat analysis capabilities that had been dormant during 3 years of peaceful maintenance work and routine technical duties. Unidentified contact, bearing 270, range approximately 150 miles, intermittent radar signature consistent with stealth technology and evasive maneuvering. Thompson announced to the Radar Control Center, his combat experience automatically assessing the tactical situation, while other operators saw nothing unusual on their standard displays. The base's standard radar protocols, designed for identifying friendly aircraft and routine air traffic, proved completely inadequate for detecting advanced stealth technology that had been specifically designed to exploit conventional radar limitations and avoid detection by standard military surveillance systems and air defense networks. Thompson immediately began implementing advanced detection procedures learned during electronic warfare operations, using his specialized knowledge to modify radar parameters, enhance signal processing, and coordinate with multiple detection systems to track an aircraft that appeared designed to penetrate American air defenses undetected. Control Tower, this is radar maintenance. I have intermittent contact on modified detection parameters that suggests advanced stealth aircraft approaching restricted airspace. Recommend immediate alert status and fighter intercept procedures. Radar Controls Supervisor Lieutenant Commander James, Standard Protocol, Wilson, monitoring routine air traffic operations, initially dismissed Thompson's report as equipment malfunction or atmospheric interference that required maintenance attention rather than tactical response and alert procedures. Maintenance. Your contact appears to be false echo or equipment anomaly. Standard radar displays show clear airspace with no unidentified aircraft. Return to normal maintenance operations and investigate your equipment for calibration errors. Thompson's response reflected years of experience detecting threats that existed at the margins of electronic detection, understanding that enemy aircraft and hostile forces specifically designed their stealth capabilities to defeat standard radar systems and conventional threat identification procedures. Commander Wilson, this contact exhibits flight characteristics and radar signature patterns consistent with advanced stealth technology designed to avoid detection. My specialized equipment modifications are detecting an aircraft that standard systems cannot track. The situation escalated when Admiral Patricia, National Security, Harrison, conducting her quarterly inspection of Naval Air Station operations, arrived in the Radar Control Center and immediately recognized that Thompson's technical expertise and threat detection capabilities exceeded normal maintenance personnel qualifications and suggested extensive electronic warfare experience. Commander Wilson, what's the nature of this unidentified contact, and why is a maintenance technician providing tactical analysis that should come from qualified radar operators? Thompson continued tracking the intermittent contact, while coordinating with base security and air defense systems, using his electronic warfare training to maintain surveillance on an aircraft that appeared to be conducting reconnaissance or preparing for attack against targets that required stealth penetration of American air defenses. Admiral Harrison, I'm electronics technician Thompson, radar maintenance. My combat experience includes electronic warfare and stealth detection. This contact requires specialized tracking procedures and suggests immediate security concerns that warrant tactical response. Admiral Harrison, reviewing Thompson's technical analysis and radar modifications, realized that his threat assessment and detection capabilities exceeded most qualified radar operators and demonstrated expertise that suggested extensive combat experience with advanced electronic warfare systems and stealth technology. Technician Thompson, your analysis suggests classified knowledge of stealth detection procedures. What's your military background and electronic warfare experience? The tracking operation continued as Thompson coordinated with fighter aircraft scrambled to intercept the unidentified contact, using his specialized radar modifications to provide real-time guidance that enabled military pilots to locate and identify an aircraft that had successfully penetrated American airspace while avoiding detection by conventional radar systems. Interceptor aircraft, this is base radar. Contact bearing 285, altitude approximately 30,000 feet, intermittent radar signature. Use modified detection frequencies and visual confirmation for positive identification. The intercepted aircraft was revealed to be a foreign military reconnaissance plane equipped with advanced stealth technology, conducting intelligence-gathering operations against American military installations while testing the effectiveness of experimental electronic countermeasures designed to defeat United States air defense systems and radar networks. Fighter pilots confirmed Thompson's analysis and identified the foreign aircraft as a potential national security threat that had successfully penetrated restricted airspace and gathered intelligence about American military capabilities while remaining undetected by standard radar systems and conventional air defense networks. Base control. This is interceptor lead. Positive identification of foreign military aircraft equipped with advanced electronic warfare systems. Contact appears to have been conducting reconnaissance operations against naval installations and testing our radar detection capabilities. The aftermath investigation revealed Thompson's actual military background and electronic warfare specialization, transforming everyone's understanding of his technical expertise and explaining his perfectionist approach to radar calibration that had enabled detection of threats that would have remained invisible to standard systems. Admiral Harrison, reviewing Thompson's service record and combat electronic warfare achievements, realized that the Navy had unknowingly assigned a decorated electronic warfare specialist to routine maintenance when his capabilities were needed for advanced threat detection and national security operations. Petty Officer Thompson, your military service record shows extensive electronic warfare experience and classified operations involving stealth detection and threat identification. Your radar modifications and threat analysis prevented a potential intelligence breach that could have compromised naval security and operational capabilities. Thompson's response reflected the dedication of someone whose military training had prepared him to protect American installations from electronic warfare threats. Understanding that effective service meant maintaining maximum defensive capabilities regardless of whether his duties involved combat operations or peacetime maintenance responsibilities. Admiral Harrison, my electronic warfare training prepared me to detect threats that use advanced technology to avoid standard detection systems. When foreign aircraft attempt to penetrate American airspace, those operations become threats to national security that require specialized technical response. The recognition ceremony that Admiral Harrison organized became a teaching moment for naval personnel, demonstrating how combat electronic warfare experience provided irreplaceable technical capabilities and how underestimating veterans based on their current assignments could overlook extraordinary expertise that emerged during national security emergencies. Petty Officer Thompson represents the kind of technical excellence that every naval installation needs, but rarely recognizes, Admiral Harrison announced during the base's security review. His electronic warfare experience provided detection capabilities that prevented foreign intelligence gathering when our standard radar systems proved inadequate for advanced stealth technology. The maintenance crew that had questioned Thompson's technical approach and criticized his perfectionist standards found themselves struggling to understand how they had unknowingly been working alongside a decorated electronic warfare specialist whose radar expertise had detected foreign military aircraft conducting reconnaissance against American naval installations. Chief Martinez, realizing that her assessment of Thompson's efficiency had been based on complete ignorance of his electronic warfare background and combat experience, approached him with obvious professional respect and newfound appreciation for technical capabilities she had failed to recognize. Thompson, I owe you a complete apology. Your Navy service explains everything I couldn't understand about your calibration procedures and technical standards. You were bringing combat-tested electronic warfare expertise to our maintenance operations while I was questioning your work efficiency and technical priorities. Thompson used his recognition to establish advanced radar training programs that combined electronic warfare experience with peacetime detection protocols, creating educational opportunities that prepared naval personnel for foreign intelligence threats and advanced stealth technology that required specialized detection procedures and technical expertise. The most important lesson from this situation, Thompson explained during electronic warfare seminars that became standard throughout naval installations, is that modern threats require advanced detection capabilities and specialized technical knowledge. Whether you're protecting carrier battle groups or naval air stations, electronic warfare demands maximum system performance and pattern recognition skills. The foreign reconnaissance incident had provided Thompson with the opportunity to demonstrate that combat electronic warfare experience could enhance peacetime security operations while protecting American military installations from intelligence gathering and stealth penetration that would have succeeded without specialized technical expertise and advanced radar capabilities. Years later, when Petty Officer Thompson advanced to electronic warfare coordinator while continuing his radar system development, his story continued inspiring naval technicians who understood that combat veterans often possessed capabilities that remained hidden until national security threats revealed their life-saving technical expertise. His example reminded everyone that in naval operations, as in all military technical fields, the most critical knowledge often belonged to people whose electronic warfare experience exceeded formal training and whose practical expertise had been earned through combat situations where detection failures meant enemy success rather than equipment problems and maintenance delays. The moment when that faint blip appeared on his radar screen had lasted only seconds, but its impact continued for years, demonstrating that America's most skilled defenders often worked in humble technical positions while their warrior expertise remained hidden until foreign threats tested American defenses and discovered that some installations have guardians whose eyes see everything. This story was brought to you by Silent Salute. Before we leave you today, here's our question. Have you ever witnessed someone's hidden technical expertise emerge during a crisis that revealed their true capabilities and protective knowledge? Have you worked alongside people whose quiet competence concealed extraordinary skills that only emerged when national security was at stake? Tell us in the comments about moments when crisis revealed hidden technical masters and transformed your understanding of someone's true expertise and defensive capabilities. And if you believe that real defenders are forged through combat experience and that military technical knowledge provides irreplaceable protection for America, hit that subscribe button to support our channel's mission of honoring those whose specialized skills stand between our nation and the threats that hide in electronic shadows. Nobody calls Thompson just a radar tech anymore, not after watching him detect foreign military aircraft that had successfully penetrated American airspace, while standard systems saw nothing but clear skies and empty radar screens.